2,000 electronic tubes, several thousand relays, 150 motors, and about 200 miles of wire are contained in this intricate apparatus. The analyzer worked for 3 years on important war projects, including range tables for our Navy's mighty guns, a mechanical marvel that aided victory.
A silicon chip, a tiny square of plastic carrying a vast network of electronic circuits. In the 70s, the silicon chip became the basis of a new generation of computerized devices that looked sure to create a social and industrial revolution as profound as that of the first machine age nearly 200 years ago.
So I think we're more or less, all of the plinths are more or less sort of filled. This is the next cube, a sort of high-end workstation from 1990. It's a fantastic looking machine. It's if the Borg had a computer, I guess it'd look like this. It's a pretty rare beast. We're very lucky to have one of these, and in especially such good condition. It's a fairly significant machine, and that on one of these machines, Tim Berners-Lee developed the World Wide Web, which is something we're all sort of very familiar with now.
Will you?
Thank you very much indeed. My pleasure, Darren. Hugely appreciate it. And, yeah, I hope it goes well tonight.
I suppose what was associated is rather than
There were toys for adults, too. In the home, the chip transformed an ordinary TV set into a magic box of video games. Whether it was football or chess, all you needed were fingers to twiddle the knobs.
Yeah, games is a huge sort of, there's an enormous amount of interest in the history of gaming, and we go back to 1972 when the first TV tennis games console came out, the Magnavox Odyssey, and we go right through to the sort of present day. So our last exhibition was called Pong to PlayStation, which charted the history of the home games console.
Cut that bit out.
Oh, you need about 5 seconds of it. Back on.
The interest is that a lot of the youngsters nowadays have no real idea how primitive things were a few years ago. They've been brought up with the internet. They can't imagine an age which doesn't have the internet in there. And the idea is to show some of the early computer games and just how basic they were and how well the programmers did with the very limited capacity.
As you
This was the first one that I could say was my computer. It's an Osborne, and you would actually bring it home. You'd have to plug it in because there was no battery, and you would work forever to get very little out of it. But it was the first example of a mobile computer, and I think to show how far we've gone, it also cost £1,795. So I mean, we've come down in price a bit since then too.
Yeah, go on in.
I think that's sort of